Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is MTG Ghoul Dude. Today we're going to be going back through the Digging Up the Past series. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time watching these videos, Digging Up the Past is a series I started, and we're going to start going. We went through Alpha and we're going to go all the way to current sets, and we're going to see what zombies we have that have been crawling around in the crypt. Today we're going to start out with Coldsnap. We're going to work into Time Spiral and then Planar Chaos, and throughout all of them I'm going to give a little bit about them, and we're going to see what we can dig up. Alright, so a little bit about Coldsnap. It was released in July 2006. It was the third set and second small expansion of the Ice Age block, 10 years after the second expansion of the block Alliances. This replaced the Homelands expansion as a member of the block, the only time a block has been changed this way in Magic. So, start off with Coldsnap. We only have one. It's our boy Zombie Musher. He is a 2/3 for 3 and a black. It's a snow creature zombie. He has snow land walk, so basically if your opponents have any snow lands, you can just trounce him right on through. And for a snow mana, you can regenerate Zombie Musher. And then unfortunately we're going into Time Spiral. There wasn't much through this era. As you'll see, I'm going to end up skipping a few because there were no zombies for me to actually cover. So on to Time Spiral. Just a little bit about Time Spiral. It was released in October 2006 as the first set of the Time Spiral block. Time Spiral is the first expansion to include a separate bonus subset of cards. So you could get an extra, instead of back then, you could actually get 3 possible rares in a pack. So to start us off with the commons, Corrupulent Corpse for 5 and a black. It's a 3/3. It has Fear. It also has Suspend 5, so you can pay a black, put it off to the side, and about 5 turns later you can have a 3/3 with Fear. It's not bad in case you just kind of wanted to empty your hand for better effects, like Hellbent, or you need to get your card count down. Cyclopean Giant for 2 and 2 black. It's a 4/2. It's a zombie giant, unlike Grave Titan. When Cyclopean Giant is put into a graveyard from play, so that's anybody's graveyard. That's interesting. Target land becomes a swamp, or remove it from the game. That's interesting. You don't usually see put into a graveyard. Maybe the errata on the rules text has changed, or on the card. Deathswore Thallid for 1 and a black. You get a zombie fungus. It's a 1/1. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a spore counter on it. Remove 3. Bless me. Remove 3 and create a sapling. 1/1 green sapling. And then you can sack a sapling and target creature gets -1/-1 to end of turn. I've actually played this in more of a Slimefoot, the Stowaway deck. And it's actually really good, especially because then you multiply your spore counters and stuff. Sangrophage for 2 black. It's a 3/3 zombie. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap it unless you pay 2 life. This, before we started getting more power creep commons and uncommons, this saw a lot of play in Pauper. This actually was one of the harder hitters in Pauper because it was 2 black for a 3/3. Skulking Knight for 2 and a black. You get a 3/3. Flanking. Flanking says whenever a creature with flanking blocks this creature. Oh, without flanking blocks this creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 to end of turn. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. So it has like an illusion effect. But it is a knight, in case the zombie knight or the knight aspect rings with you. Then we move into our rare from the set, Lim-Dûl Lich Lord. One of the rares. For 3, a blue and a black, you get a 3/3 zombie lord, actual title lord. Maybe that's been errata. I gotta look into some of this. If damage would be dealt to Dralnu, sacrifice that many permanents instead. So that's something you would want to probably give away. Tap it, target instant sorcery in your graveyard has flashback until end of turn. Its flashback cost becomes equal to its mana cost as you play it. So it would be equal to its mana value now. And then we have Lim-Dûl the Necromancer. This is not an actual zombie, but it does support the tribe, or this is something you could actually run as a zombie commander because it does have a decent ability. So for 5 and 2 black, you get a 4/4. It is a human wizard. His name is Lim-Dûl the Necromancer. Whenever a creature an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from play, you may pay 1 generic and a black. If you do, return that card to play under your control. If it's a creature, it's a zombie in addition to its other types. So you can bring back other people's creatures as zombies. And now we're going to move into Planar Chaos. Planar Chaos was released in February 2007 as the second set in the Times Per Hour block. There is a interesting tidbit about it. There are no artifacts in Planar Chaos. So if you wanted to try and see if you could find any of those, good luck. So we're going to start out with Brain Gorgers. For 3 and a black, you get a 4/2. When you play Brain Gorgers, any player may sacrifice a creature. If they do, counter Brain Gorgers. But it also has a madness effect, so that's probably one you would probably be better off doing. Find a way to discard it and pay for its madness cost, but they can still discard it. Reminds me of Vexing Devil a little bit because it does have they can lose life, or they can sacrifice a creature. They can do something to get around it or get away from it, as it may be. Then we move into our last card for this video, Waning Wurm for 3 and a black. It's a zombie worm, but it's a 7/6 and has vanishing 2. So this permanent comes into play with 2 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from it. When the last is removed, sacrifice it. So if you have a way to like add counters to Waning Wurm, or you have a way to like get around that clause, that would be great. I don't see how a big beater, even though it's 4 mana, unless you had a way to like give it haste. Well, yeah, that's just strange. But alright guys, that's going to be it for today. If you like this kind of content and you want to see more, subscribe, like, share. And if you have anything you want to see in specific, like zombie combos or anything, I'm still working on stuff like that to put out to the channel. Just trying to organize it and get it ready to send out. But anyways guys, I will catch you guys next time.